If we've learned anything from the film Alligator, that's don't flush your baby gator down the drain. Boop. My review of Alligator and Alligator 2 snapping right at you, so stick around. Yeah! What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to my channel. My name's Scott. This is the Movie Den, where today I'll be bringing you another episode of When Animals Attack. Gator Mayhem. I love me a good alligator or crocodile run amok film, and there's lots of them out there in the low budget cinema arena. But every once in a while, a good solid one slips through the cracks and winds up in mainstream, and we get films like Lake Placid with the wonderful Betty White. I miss you, Betty. And then we got the most recent Crawl. Ignore my birds out there. About to sick some crocs on them birds. But anyways, today I'm going to be reviewing two films, Alligator from 1980 and Alligator 2, The Mutation from 1992. It's direct-to-video sequel and unrelated. Alligator is directed by Louis Teague and written by John Sayles. It stars Robert Forster as a police officer who helps a reptile expert played by Robin Riker track an enormous, ravenous, man-eating alligator who was flushed down the toilet years earlier and has begun devouring the townsfolk after escaping from the sewers. Part of what makes Alligator such a good film is that it's technically sound. You have to remember that this film was made back in the 1980s, so blood effects weren't the best, but nothing looks fake. The alligator and everything looks real, and we get nice, convincing wide shots of this sucker, revealing him in all his glory. It's really hard to believe that a movie made back in the 80s holds up so well to movies like this that are made today. Another big plus is the story. The alligator grows by feeding off the carcasses of lab animals that have been dumped in the sewers after being fed with the special testosterone hormone. Believability is not an issue. Same goes for human nature. Our hero David is brushed off when people, of course, the ones in charge, they're always like, nah, we don't believe you. There is no big alligator running around killing everybody. But, you know, they eat their words or the alligator eats them, you know, one of the two. But this is such a decent film. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really sad that I missed it back when it came out in the 80s. But anyways, great film. Check it out. I recommend it. Starring none of the actors or featuring any of the characters from the first film, Alligator 2 is more of a lackluster remake than a sequel. In this film, we have a property developer who's attempting to bully the local residents out of their homes down by the river. And he does this by trying strong-arm tactics and even pouring chemicals into the water to kill off the fish supply. Well, this has an unfortunate side effect because we get another giant gator running around town killing the local residents. Most of the police are baffled, of course, but a detective played by Joseph Bologna, Bolgna. Anyways, he talks to the local townsfolk and tries to wade his way through layers of corruption. Apparently, the mayor is involved in this as well, and trying to stop the alligator in his tracks. This isn't a good film. It's definitely not as good as the original, but it is a little enjoyable, mainly due to some interesting characters like the wisecracking crocodile hunter Hawkins, played by the great Richard Lynch, and Steve Rails back as the unscrupulous property developer. Bologna wasn't as good in the lead as Foster was in the original. The alligator effects suffer in comparison to the original film, with the animated alligator only glimpsed briefly. Most of the time we're seeing close-ups of a rubbery monster type deal. As far as the story goes, it borrows heavily from the first film as well as some other monster movies. Still, it's unfairly maligned. It's an unfairly maligned film, but it's still an okay watch for fans of these types of films. That's it for Gator Mayhem, guys. Have you witnessed these alligator films before? What do you think of them? What are some of your favorite alligator or crocodile films? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if it's your first time here, please subscribe, help me grow. I'm at 94 subscribers, hoping to get to 100 soon. Baby steps, baby steps. Anyways, like, share the video, hit that notification bell on the way out. Again, I'm Scott in the Movie Den. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Good night.